Story 1. Am I the asshole for laughing at my boyfriend's voice? I've been with my boyfriend for 2 years, 23, female, and 26 male after we met online. We were long distance, but he only texted me. And at one point, I told him I couldn't continue without a video call to ensure he is who he says. He said he was insecure about his voice on the phone, kept putting it off until I gave him an ultimatum. We had our video call, I told him I loved his voice, and we haven't had a problem with calling since. His voice was raspy, like strained vocal cords, so I figured that was why he was self-conscious. When I met him, it was the same thing. Deep, but raspy and hoarse. It was kinda sexy to me, and I made sure he knew so he didn't feel insecure. After we met, we saw each other every other weekend alternating drives, until we got a place together in my town 6 months ago. He's met my family and friends. I've only met one of his friends because he was his roommate. He says his other friends aren't really close, and he has a strained relationship with his family. His mom has been calling him since he moved, but he always ignores them. I don't want to go into detail why he didn't want to talk with her, but I eventually talked him into giving it a try. Earlier this week, he actually took the phone outside and called her back, but asked me for some privacy. They talked for almost 3 hours. When he finally came in, he looked happy. I asked him how it went, and immediately he answered, "Really well," but I swear he sounded like a Muppet character. It was not my boyfriend's voice by a long shot. He went from a deep, raspy voice to Mickey Mouse. I sincerely thought he was joking, so I laughed. He started a coughing fit, but I thought he was laughing too. Nope. He asked what I was laughing at, and I told him whatever that impression was, legitimately thinking he was making some weird joke. The absolute difference in voices made it sound like it was out of a cartoon. He got pissed at me, went back to his regular gravelly voice, I guess, and told me his voice cracked from talking too much. Well, today when he was ignoring his mom's phone calls again, and when I asked why, he got quiet. After trying to figure out what was wrong with him, he finally opened up that he's been faking his voice our entire relationship to the point he believed it. And when he talked to his mom, his natural voice just came out, and I embarrassed him. I don't know what to think. I both feel like an asshole for laughing at him, and like, it's not my fault that he lied about his voice, and then randomly went from The Witcher to Sesame Street edit. I've been up all night talking with him about this. He keeps going in and out of voices. He admitted to me that all the problems he said about his mom were exaggerated, so I wouldn't meet her, because she'd know it's not his voice and call him out on it. Story 2. Am I the asshole for leaving my boyfriend because he brought his female best friend lingerie as a joke? My boyfriend, 28 male, and I, 24 female, have been together for a year and a half. I love him a lot, and he has been pretty amazing to me. He is also the sort of person who has lots of friends, and his close friends are pretty much family. He also loves to joke and play these harmless pranks on his friends, which sometimes makes me feel weird. Just for context, he has 2 female friends and 3 male friends. This is about my boyfriend and one of his friends, Claire, 28, female. Claire is a nice woman, and we are friendly. My boyfriend also has never ignored me in favor of his friends or talked over me in front of them, which is why I don't understand if I'm in the right. They, my boyfriend's friends, had a recently escalated prank fight. I had made it clear to my boyfriend that I am not good at jokes and am rather stiff, and he said he would keep me out of it. Claire, my boyfriend, and another friend, Kyle, 27 male, even had a huge throwing water balloons fight in Kyle's backyard. Then my boyfriend got pranked with dye in his body wash. Then Kyle got pranked by Claire. Something about whipping cream and oven mitts. But the issue was when my boyfriend brought a red lacy lingerie set, and he planned to put it in Claire's room the next time he went over, I said it was a tacky prank. And why would he buy lingerie? None of the previous pranks have been of this kind, and it makes me really uncomfortable. I also felt like if I was Claire, I would feel gross about it. But my boyfriend got mad and defensive and told me Claire is cool like that, and she would think it's funny. I admit I get a bit weirded out when he calls Claire extremely beautiful and jokes about how she has always been way out of his league. But I thought it was nothing, and they were like family, so I guess it was their thing. However, the lingerie prank had me put my foot down, and I said that he was wrong to give another woman lingerie, no matter who, when he had a girlfriend. We fought, and I said I wanted to break up, which he didn't want to, and I said that I was just overreacting. He said that I was too conservative and needed to open my mind when he had never given me a reason to be insecure. Claire called me and said that she and my BF have been friends for a long time, and inside jokes are just that, and I'll learn with more age. I still feel weird about this. My best friend is supportive of me no matter what I do, but I have started to feel like I'm blowing this out of proportion. My boyfriend says that the fact that he told me and didn't hide it from me shows that I'm the problem. I have started to feel like I've blown this out of proportion, and maybe it's my fault I can't take a joke. I really feel awful about this whole thing. Am I the asshole edit? The people asking what the prank is with the lingerie? Apparently, it's an inside joke about how during their college days, she had some problems with the color red, and the lingerie would have just given her a shock of some kind. I guess I told my boyfriend it was cruel, but he said it wasn't a trauma thing. Just an inside joke. Claire also said over the phone that the lingerie thing was just an inside joke of their college days. Story 3. My boyfriend keeps making jokes about killing me. 23, female. I've been dating this guy, 20, male, and he's a pretty nice guy. We have literally everything in common and a lot of fun together. He kind of has aggression issues, which I didn't think was a big deal because he doesn't really hurt me. I also never really saw him as a threat, despite his numerous attempts to assert dominance. I'm like 5'3" and he's 5'10", I think, and he makes it well known that I'm weaker than him. Sometimes when we're alone, I feel a little scared, but he has a really soft and emotional side, which I've never seen with a guy I've dated before. Sometimes he says stuff like, he wants to cut me up into pieces and eat me so that I can never leave him. Other times he says he'll just kill me if I leave. I took them as a joke and we laughed it off. I'm older, so I felt like maybe he's just being immature. I don't know. The jokes were starting to make me uncomfortable. He'll sometimes say it and put his hands on my neck, then laugh it off. Other times he'll say it right before we have sex, like it's a turn-on for him. There have been times where he says it and bites me. He told me that he likes the sound of me in pain. He also told me that he wanted to have sex with me while wearing the Michael Myers mask. I don't think he would actually kill me, but the jokes aren't really funny anymore. When I tell him to stop, he says he knows I like it, I don't. Last night he asked me if I'd ever kill someone with him. I told him no, I can no longer tell if this is a joke, I'm scared too long. Didn't read, my boyfriend keeps joking about killing me so that I won't leave him. He won't stop even if I ask edit. This is not a joke. It's not fake. It's not a troll. This is real. I didn't feel comfortable telling family or friends about it. I am scared I want to leave, but I do not want to go about it in the safest way possible. I plan on skipping town. I might do it without even telling him. I will try to also get a RO. Thank you all for the advice. Story 4. My boyfriend made a rape joke that made me extremely uncomfortable. I'm not sure what to do, so I was in a Discord call with my boyfriend, and the group was joking around about mermaids. All was well until my boyfriend made the comment, dude, you could literally have your way with a mermaid. They have no legs. What are they going to do? The call got awkward, of course. After we left, I confronted him about it. He replied first by laughing. I told him it wasn't funny, to which he replied, dark humor is just part of my arsenal. Don't get offended by it. Are you mad at me? We continued to go back and forth, and eventually he apologized and said, May, I have your forgiveness. It didn't sit with me. He then proceeded to say that he's really, really sorry and that he fucked up. I'm disturbed because he said stuff like this before. And he said, I won't say these things around you at one point in the past, but that's not what I'm getting at. These things shouldn't be joked about at all. Regardless of my presence, I love him, I really do, but I'm beginning to question my own safety and what goes through his head. Any advice? Edit. Guys, please understand that I'm not basing this off of one joke. I'm basing this off of past behavior by him, plus the thought process of the joke. Also, we had a long talk. A long one. He even pointed out how that could make me view him, that being a predator and a rapist. He apologized, a few times actually, and said that we should take a step back so he can reflect on what he did wrong. He said he understood why it was wrong, and he knows he messed up badly. He also went on to say that he knows he's lost my trust, and he wants to earn it back. I'm still very standoffish. I stated that if it happened again, or if any of his behavior was similar, then that'd be it for me. I pointed out how he was dismissive, and I highlighted the fact that he seemed like he just wanted me to shut up in the beginning, rather than hear what I said. He said he's going to change, if that's what it takes. And he's right, I really don't trust him right now. I have an awful gut feeling, so I'll definitely be proceeding with extreme caution and seeing if he manages to change and become less dismissive. But I agree, there are a lot of red flags here. Thank you everyone for giving me advice. I really needed it.